Hey everybody, welcome to Blender's Best of the Month. I'm Z Garcia. This month, a bunch of us are going to be telling you the best game we played and why we liked it so much. So here we go. My best game of the month goes to Vampire Radar, even though it is spelled on the box, Raider. And in this one player is a vampire. They are moving secretly on a board, and every other player is trying to find them, shoot them. If you take them out, you, the humans, all the other players win. If the vampire kills everybody else or runs them out of bullets, they win. The really neat idea here is that if one of the humans stands on a radar tile, then the vampire needs to tell them how far away from that tile they are. And there's a bunch of great discussion, lots of deduction going on. Great, tense, wonderful game. This one, I thought was just a spectacular find in the hidden movement genre. So you got to check it out, Vampire Radar.
Hey guys, Tiff here, and my best of the month is definitely Isle of Skye from Lookout Games. This is one of the few games I picked up at Gen Con that I've gotten to play more than once because of its perfect 30 to 45 minute play time. It's all about building up your kingdom using Carcassonne style tiles, but unlike Carcassonne, you have to manage your money in order to buy those tiles from your opponents and set prices for the tiles that you're going to sell. Each round scores differently, so one round you might be focused on getting the most barrels, another round you might be trying to get the biggest lake. It all depends on which of the 4 scoring cards you draw at the beginning of the game. And there are 16 scoring cards, so every game is going to be different. And that's a lot of replayability packed into a $35 game. I highly recommend you check it out.
Hey there, I'm John from John Gets Games, and the best game that I played in the last month is definitely the revised version of Through the Ages. I was invited into a closed online beta, so I played it on the computer. It won't be available for tabletops until Essen this year, but I can tell you that they've taken this amazing game that was published back in 2006 and is still ranked number 4 on all of Board Game Geek, and they've just made it better in so many different ways. They took an incredible amount of statistical data and looked at which cards were overly used and which cards were underused, and they brought up those cards that were not being picked ever. They've gone through, made the art so much better. They've looked at the over-militarization of the end game, and they kind of brought that down and streamlined that whole situation, made it less random. And finally, they looked at the kind of infamously fiddly production where you're moving all these little bits around, and they've streamlined that. So overall, I've really been impressed with the changes they put into the game, and I can't wait to play it on the table.
Howdy gamers, Indiana John here, and my pick for Blender's Best of the Month for August 2015 is Magic the Gathering Arena of the Planeswalkers by Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. This is a game that takes 2 of my favorite games of all time, Hero Escape and Magic the Gathering, and smushes them together into a really interesting presentation. Pretty good components, not as good as Hero Escape, and so I'm hoping that with expansions that there might be some improvements to terrain and to some of the miniatures. But the gameplay is really, really cool. It takes the best parts of Hero Escape and mashes them together with some of the best things about Magic the Gathering. A great game to begin with and a lot of potential here. So that's my pick for August 2015, Magic the Gathering Arena of the Planeswalkers.
Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Game of the month for me was Queen's Architect from Queen Games. Now, not a lot of buzz about this one yet, but I think once it gets out there, I think some people, this is going to be one of those games that you either love it or hate it, I think, because it's very mathy, it's very all about optimization and very puzzly. So if you like those things, you might like this game. It gave me the same feeling of when I play Power Grid, and I'm trying to figure out mathematically exactly how much money can I bid on that tile and still get the amount of places built and afford all the economic stuff, the coal and the stuff. You go all these mental gymnastics and you make it happen. It's very mathy. This is like that too by optimizing how good workers work. Some of them start strong and get weak. Some of them start weak and get strong. Some of them stay flat all the way. And you're trying to optimize them so you get just the right amount of work of them to jump up places after they build. Really cool optimization game, Queen's Architect.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower Best of the Month short video. And for the sake of sounding kind of samey, my best of the month was, boom, yet again, Blood Rage. And I know I said that last month. How can that be the best game in 2 months? Because I really enjoy the game. And this last Saturday at Cool Stuff up in Hollywood, Florida, I was able to play not 1, but 2 games in 1 day. And I think that qualifies for best of the month. If you're willing to play a game not once but twice in the same sitting, that's pretty high up, folks. So Blood Rage, again, so much goodness there, so much you can sink your teeth into. Hopefully you will go out and check it out. and you can see what I'm talking about. Just trying to keep it real.
Hello, my pick for the month of August is Bring Out Your Dead by Ginger Ale Games and published by Upper Deck. This was actually a failed Kickstarter project before Upper Deck picked it up, and I'm glad they did. This is a pretty morbid theme, something that I've never encountered before. You play a guy that's trying to bury your dead relatives in the best plots possible. It's a very interesting game. The only problem that I had was its rules. The rule book is very poorly written with a lot of stuff left out. It made a 45-minute game turn into about 2 hours the first time I played it. If you can get beyond that, it's a great fun game to play.
My best game of August was Mage Wars Academy. Now this looks like it's an expansion for Mage Wars Arena, but it's not. It's a new game that's halfway compatible. What that means is everything in Mage Wars Academy works with Mage Wars Arena. But this game itself takes away the board, takes away the movement, takes away actually a lot of the complexities of the game, and instead you just simply have out your mage and creatures that he's summoning, and you fight the other person. So essentially it becomes Magic the Gathering with dice. But also it becomes Magic the Gathering where you can go through your spell book and pick the spells rather than wait for them to show up in a deck. I really enjoy this game. It almost kills Mage Wars Arena for me because it's so much faster and easier to play. That's Mage Wars Academy.
My pick this month is the Grizzled. Through what tragedies can friendship endure? The Grizzled is a fast-paced, fully cooperative card game for 2 to 5 players, some cool mini or not, that takes place in the trenches of World War I. The Grizzled is an elegant game of avoiding threats and leading a team through missions. The Grizzled's outstanding art is simply stunning and unforgettable, the perfect complement to its message of peace and enduring friendship, and it might actually be one of my favorite cooperative games to date. Through a series of rounds, you will be playing threat cards on yourself and into no man's land. If one threat shows up too many times, the team fails the mission. The team must play their threats correctly and in order to gain victory. However, most of the information in players' hands remains secret throughout the game. Planning, teamwork, and a little luck are the tools you will need to win this cooperative game. We here at Board Game Corner are big fans of the Grizzled. It can be brutal at times, but keep you coming back for more. Give this one a closer look and check out our full review.
So my game of the month is Codenames. I know everyone's been talking about this for a long time. We got to play it at Origins at Dice TerraCon, but officially I got my copy this month, and I don't have it with me because I'm here at Tom's, but I've been playing it like crazy. At WBC, after Gen Con at WBC, I think I played about 100 games of Codenames, and I will play 100 more before you guys see this video because it is that good of a game. It is Password meets Battleship. It is awesome. It might be my game of the year at this point, but it is definitely my game of the month. That's Codenames from CGE.
And those are our favorite games of the month, folks. Tell us what your favorite game of the month was in the comments. We'd love to hear it. And as always, come back in 1 month where we'll tell you about the best games next month.